What's up, friends? It's Ice, and today I'm here to talk about sieging. It's a new feature we have on OpTicCraft, and I think you guys are going to like it. So sieging is a response to a problem factions the game mode has been facing recently, and that's that you seem to really only be able to raid people when they're offline. If the faction's any good at all, you have to wait for them to be asleep. Basically, they can't be playing in order to be beaten, which is a really stupid concept for any game, whether it's competitive or not competitive. You want to win by beating somebody, not by a forfeit, basically. And right now, raiding is basically is a team forfeiting. If they don't have somebody online all the time, they're gonna get raided. It's pretty dumb. So sieging is our response to this. Sieging is basically the gist of it. The basic concept of sieging is that you will no longer be able to place blocks or break sand stacks in order to stop a raid. That's not how you're going to be able to do it. You have to go out in PvP or counter cannon to stop a raid. So how does that work? Well, if you type F siege, you can see that right now sieging is active. From about 3 p.m. Central to about 7 p.m. Central, sieging will be active. And as it says right here, firing a large cannon into enemy territory will make them unable to place or break blocks. So that's the short explanation. The long explanation is that it happens in a line. So depending on where the TNT spawns, and there's a cannon in here, when I fire this cannon at this wall, it's going to shoot the TNT fast enough to siege this faction. And if we Fmap, we can see the green is me. The red right here is this faction I created called Help Me. The blue is the capital. So we got one capital here, one capital here, one capital here. We got a third faction back there. And that's just there to demonstrate something. So my cannon's probably like right about here, right? And when I fire, it's going to fire through like in a line right here. So it'll hit this wall right about here and stop. But it will siege 25 chunks in a line from the source of that TNT. So in a line like that. So what this means is that when we fire, we're going to watch that TNT hit the wall. This is a one-shot nuke that I just don't have sand in. It just fires fast. I did not see that hit the wall, but it did. So you can see these chunks have turned black. Right here, the one I'm in right now turned black as well. I think a stray TNT went in here, but it wasn't fast enough to siege in a line. So it sieged in a line right here. And you can see all of those factions' claims right there are now locked. So black means that they're being sieged. That means that in these chunks, this faction cannot break or place blocks. So in the line, in the place you're cannoning, that faction cannot place or break blocks. The only way that they can stop you is by preventing you from cannoning for about 2 minutes, because sieging only lasts 2 minutes. This faction will be notified when this sieging thing happens, and they'll be notified where the cannon is. It'll say like, your faction is being sieged at whatever location. And in fact, I can probably turn that on. Let me fadmin, fleave, fjoin, help me. All right, and I'm gonna siege. Now I'm in that faction, and because I have admin bypass, I can fire this cannon. But it will notify me when this TNT sieges me again, which it didn't do. Let me try again. Looks like it's running out of TNT or something. This cannon's all kinds of messed up because this cannon's all kinds of messed up because oh, I'm sorry, it's not notifying me because I'm already sieged. So I gotta wait for me to become unsieged, and then it will notify me. So I'll do that at the end of the video so you can see what the message looks like. But you'll notice that it goes in a line, right? So you've got even these factions back here because I'm enemied. This faction right here, Raider, is the one that's firing. It is enemied. It's enemied with both Help Me and this other one, this Test faction. So it's going to siege both of them up to 25 chunks in a line. So if you're defending against this, if somebody puts a cannon outside your base and starts cannoning you, and you're like, well, if I can't place slabs, how am I supposed to defend it? Well, you should try and the goal here is to force PvP, right? So you're supposed to go out there and you're supposed to fight them, make it hard for them to cannon you, whether that's trying to sneak into their cannon or whether that's counter cannoning them. Because if you cannon them and they get sieged, they can't place sand anymore, right? So that's basically stops the raid. If they can't place sand, they can't press buttons or levers or whatever. You know, how are they supposed to continue the raid? So there's a couple things you can do to stop it. And all of those things include directly confronting factions. And that is the #1 goal. We want raiding to be faction on faction. We want to see big fights at raids like they used to see. And you know, nowadays it's just all at night, which is so dumb. So in order to prevent raiding at night, because sieging is like, wow, that sounds pretty hard, I'll just continue to siege at night. I mean, I'll continue to raid at night. Well, you can't really, because A, you have to go through all the walls, and B, you have durability that's been increased at night. So you can do F upgrade. If you choose to do this, this will upgrade all of your blocks in your territory by 1 durability. So it'll take 1 extra TNT to blow it up. At night, automatically 3 are added. So as you go through this, let me just go through it. These prices are ridiculous, but so at the maximum, Obsidian already has 5 durability. So this increases it by 5. That makes this Obsidian have 10 durability. Stone has 6 durability. And then at night it would have 9. Like, that's insane. That would take longer to cannon through. So with those durability upgrades and increases, it makes cannoning at night not as desirable as sieging during the day. And that's the goal. So I think we've had enough time. I think we're unsieged. And so when I fire this, it should notify me that I'm being sieged. Let's see. Because now I'm the one that's getting raided here. Did that siege me? Something's wrong with this cannon. Let me do it again. Something's up with this cannon where like it doesn't. I just broke the cannon. I think is what happened. There you go. Your faction's being sieged by Raider, which is this faction at 44,1, which is the chunk. So that tells me where that cannon is, where it's coming from, and that I'm being raided, sieged. Because the goal here, like, you don't want to get stealthily sieged. That would suck. If you figure out you're getting sieged when they're at like the last wall, that's awful, because then you really can't do anything. The goal here, like I said in the beginning, is to force confrontation between factions. We want to see factions actually fight each other. We want to actually see like a raid, not like just a nighttime stealthy, like, oh no, they're gonna see us on their F map. Oh no, like the block updates on their, you know, detection or whatever, you know, whatever it is, you know, TNT detection or like block update detection for raids. All of that doesn't matter really anymore with sieging, because you're gonna know when they're cannoning you, and you're gonna know that you have to stop them, and that is the goal. Hopefully I've explained this properly. I will answer questions both on the forums and in the YouTube comments, and I will see you guys later.